Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Forging Indestructible Self-Discipline podcast. I'm your host, John Fontenot, and today we're talking about something simple but incredibly powerful: goals. Not the flashy kind you post online or talk about for a week and forget. I mean real goals. The kind that give your life direction and prevent you from drifting through your days without purpose. One of the hardest truths to accept is that life does not automatically organize itself into meaning. If you do not choose a direction, circumstances will choose one for you. Work demands, distractions, comfort, and other people's expectations slowly take control. Before long, you wake up feeling busy but strangely empty. You are moving, but you're not going anywhere that you intentionally chose. Goals act like a compass. They do not make the journey easy, but they make it clear. When you know what you're aiming toward, decisions become simpler. You spend less time wondering what you should do and more time doing what matters. Without goals, every option feels equal, which often leads to procrastination. With goals, your priorities sharpen because you understand what actually moves you forward. A lot of people resist setting goals because they fear failure. They think that if they never define a target, they can never miss. But living without direction is not safety. It is slow frustration. Imagine getting into a car and driving without choosing a destination. At first it feels free, but after a while it feels pointless. Eventually it feels exhausting. Human beings are built to move towards something meaningful. Goals also give discipline a reason to exist. Self-discipline is not about punishment or forcing yourself to suffer. It is about alignment. When you know where you are going, discipline becomes the bridge between who you are today and who you want to become. Waking up early, practicing consistently, saving money, learning new skills, these actions stop feeling random. They become intentional steps. And here's something important. Your first goal does not have to be perfect. Many people wait for absolute clarity before starting. They want the flawless life plan before taking the first step. That moment rarely comes. Direction often appears after movement begins. You learn by doing, adjusting, and refining. The key is simply to point yourself somewhere meaningful and start walking. Another benefit of setting goals is momentum. Progress creates energy. When you complete small steps towards a defined objective, your brain begins to associate effort with reward. Confidence grows because you can see evidence of change. Even on hard days, you remind yourself that stopping now would mean abandoning something you have already invested in. That awareness keeps you moving when motivation fades. There will be days when you feel tired, distracted, or discouraged. Discipline alone can feel heavy in these moments. This is where goals become powerful again. They remind you why the effort matters. You're not just pushing through discomfort for no reason. You're building toward a future version of yourself that you deliberately chose. If you feel rudderless right now, do not overcomplicate the solution. Sit down and ask a few honest questions. What kind of person do I want to become? What skills do I want to build? What areas of my life need growth? Then choose one direction. Not 10, just one. Write it down. Break it into small actions that you can start today. The act of choosing a goal is an act of leadership over your own life. It says that you refuse to drift. It says that your time and energy matter. And once you choose a direction, discipline stops feeling like resistance and starts feeling like progress. So here's your challenge before the next episode. Pick a goal. Make it clear. Make it personal. then take one small action today that moves you toward it. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Just get started. Because the truth is this: a ship without a destination is always at the mercy of the waves. But a ship with a direction can endure storms and still arrive where it intended to go. All right, I want to thank you for listening to Forging Indestructible Self-Discipline. Keep showing up. Keep moving forward. And remember that discipline becomes unstoppable when it is guided by purpose.